Hey, Small Matt time. I'm Matt.
And I am also known as Matt.
Yes. And we're joined by the hive mind of Ken, Chris, Grant, Jordan, Jim, and Julian tonight. We will bring up the YouTube forthwith to...
Not quite ready for primetime modelers.
Yes.
Hey, oh, I like that.
Probably copyrighted someplace.
I want to be Bill Murray. I want to be Bill Murray.
There we go. We are live. Let's see.
By the way, Jordan, that 35, wow.
Yeah, that came on awesome.
Oh, my God.
Thank you.
I think you got a show winner on your hands.
I
Yeah,
was
some
hoping
MozCon?
to get to MozCon, but the baby is due literally any day. Sarah's stomach has dropped, so I am probably, unfortunately, not going to make it. But I do plan on competing, hopefully this fall, with that and a Betty and whatever I get finished on paternity.
All right.
But man, I can't stop looking at it. And that hanger that I built, that was probably the coolest thing I bought off of eBay in like
Say,
years.
I was impressed with the hanger.
That is
Yeah.
cool.
You didn't make the hanger?
No, the hanger was one of those like 3D card printed kits off of eBay for 54 bucks.
Wow.
And then I went to Evans Designs, which is like the LED super mega store, and spent like 16 bucks on a 9-volt plug and some extra 22 millimeter wire and the LEDs. Built the kit on top of a foam board, painted it all aircraft gray or hangar gray. Took some more cardstock and made the struts for the lights to hang, and then plugged it into a 9-volt.
It looks awesome, dude. I mean, it's that plane. That's that and Chris's F4.
Yeah, that thing's.
We might have some show winners there.
Yeah, the F4 looks great, but that hanger just, and like taking pictures like that just pushes me to like want to maybe invest in a little bit of a better camera.
Yep.
Because like my favorite one that I took, not to toot my own horn, but it really sold my build to myself for me, was the one that has the pilot walking up to it in the hangar.
Yes.
Yeah.
My dad was like, "Is that real?"
Is the
It
depth
looks
of
like
field on that was
half
perfect.
light, half dark. Yeah, it looks awesome.
Like
That looks
it's
awesome.
to go and do a stealth mission, just tear shit up or shit.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your depth of field in that photo was awesome.
Oh,
What a great kit, and everything that I learned on that kit. David Kopinski, I always mess his last name up, who gave me the book. I'm gonna donate that book to the IPMS Gateway library for rental through everyone who wants to do that.
nice.
I learned a lot on the kit. Learned how to do mesh vents. That was cool. Learned how to do 3D decals to like the extreme.
Those look so good.
Yeah.
Quick Studios?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
That makes me want to get some stuff so bad.
I was going to do the metal landing gear, so I bought it, and then I got the book, and I started talking to David about his build, because he did it before I did, and I kind of built mine off of his. My scratch building in the cockpit was similar to his, but he ended up only using the metal front strut, and then not using the metal for the rear, because they sag over time, that white metal. So I did the same. So I have plastic gear for the main gear, and then the metal strut for the front gear.
Wait a minute, you're talking about they make white metal landing gear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
SAC? I think SAC, right?
Well, I didn't
Scale
know that.
Aircraft, Scale Aircraft Design.
Yep.
Well,
And now I'm building a Yak 38 because my hypocrisy only goes so far.
you build a good guy, and you got to go back to your bad guys.
Yeah.
It's you, Jordan. I get it.
I don't know
That's
what
why
it
we
is
like
about
you.
Russian aircraft, man, but they are so good looking.
That's why we love you,
Even though
buddy.
they're all garbage. They're all garbage.
Every time I see a Russian aircraft, you're the first name that pops into my head.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, yep, Jordan would love that.
I've been thinking about designing my own modeling of the map shirt just for shows.
Do it
Like
all
it
in
says-
Cyrillic. Do
Yeah, but like
it's all
do
in
it
Russian.
red, and then under where it has the name tag on the shirts that Matt already designed, have the red star.
Just like, I'm not the beet farmer.
Yeah. Comrade.
Jordan, I know a person that could do that.
Yeah.
I know. I was thinking we should do that for our next outgoing is get personalized shirts for the modeling with the Matt.
Just have modeling with the Mats, but spell it in Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be funny. That's a great idea.
And then have a couple of different Russian vehicles. What the hell was that car they made back in the 60s? That really cheap.
The Yugo.
No,
There
it
you
was
go.
Vesna, or what the hell was that? There was the Russians.
The two-door Yugo.
That was
Pardon?
Czechoslovakian.
Oh, was
Potato,
it?
potato.
Oh, the Russians.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Yugo
Talking
was.
about the larder? The larder?
could have been. In the 60s, they had that classic, really bad. It was about the size of a Yugo. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would drive the Russian vehicle.
Yeah, but you have that. You have old
Oh my
Yamaha.
god. I wish I had a lot of gas. That gas card is pretty cool.
Let's say if you look it up, they had a episode of Top Gear one time where it was all Russian cars, and they had one car that was made out of wood.
Yeah.
What?
Top Gear, huh?
Oh, how do you do a car? No, I don't know.
So Buster.
No. You've
Just
got
feel like
termites.
Franklin County with all the wooden bumpers I see,
Oh my God.
or no bumpers at all.
Yeah.
Is that a
Right.
thing
Some
in
of
the
my
story?
favorites.
Wooden bumpers?
Oh yeah.
Wooden bumpers, no bumpers at all. Just driving
One
down the
license
road,
plate.
not a care in the world.
With a license plate that says expired in
No,
2017.
Still has the temp tag
Yeah.
on it. That's
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite.
There's another one.
Got
Yeah.
a 6-year-old temp tag on it. The paper one, just barely hanging on.
I saw a paper temp tag from 21.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they were still driving around with it.
And I was
It's
like,
so
how are you
good.
getting away with it?
I don't know. They
No, we
just
never
put
get
it
away with
back in
it
jail,
here.
Hey, Matt,
and
too.
they laminated it.
Matt,
It was
too.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I was thinking about you today. I saw something, and we're speaking of license plates, and it just made me think of it. I saw a 93 Ford Taurus SHO in Ford purple with the original alloys that weren't scuffed, no tint, bone stock, and the license plate was all SHO, all show. It was the cleanest car, cleanest show, and it was a 5-speed.
You're talking about a chick magnet right there.
A
Dude,
93.
those,
Yeah.
yeah,
That would have
those
been
were
like the
fat.
little square wedge.
yeah, man,
Mhm.
they were quick.
One of my former coworkers, actually I still worked with him, had one of those, but it was in green.
Such a good-looking little sedan, man. It's like go get the groceries and do it fast.
I like those,
And
and I
the
like those
Ford Taurus
old 90s
maroon
T-birds.
station wagon.
I like the 90s T-Birds.
Yep, looks like
They
Darth
keep it
Vader's
too.
bathtub. Yeah, love that.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, and just for the record, Matt, I did my homework.
We
I
did?
did listen to your
Who won
yeah,
last
the
week?
Spotify thing was
We were
awesome.
talking so much that
Oh,
we
you
ran out of
didn't-
time. So
right.
it's hiding
Yeah.
underneath here.
Works for me.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a rough night if your band name is Rush. Just saying.
Matt, buy my amp so I can buy Mustang parts.
I would. If I were about ready to go on
$700.
tour, yeah, I would buy it.
I'm surprised someone was gonna come get it and then they didn't.
Everyone I showed it to is like, man, that's cool, but I'd never be able to play that in my house, apartment, etc., etc. You know, it's
I
just-
know, that's the bummer. Like no one, it's gonna sit up for sale for a while, dude. So ridiculous.
Is it like the Marty McFly amp? It's like huge.
It's 100-watt PV 6505.
120.
100 kilowatt ain't even better. So yeah, I mean, you
It's-
could probably turn that up to 0.1 above 0, and it'd still be blasting loud.
Yeah, I can't play it inside.
But mine goes to 11.
It's a live rig. I had it with my basement band that I played with. It never went on tour or anything. It was just a garage band amp. And I think I got it to 2 once. And I think the neighbors came over and
Yeah, you would need a pretty massive attenuator.
I did one time play the Star Spangled Banner through it for 4th of July on
Nice.
6 outside, and it went all through the neighborhood.
I
I
mean, when
would
you
have set it up and have it just play, like, you know, this is the song that never ends because my neighbors hate me.
This thing is so loud that I could probably play like shop like Enterprise Arena where the Blues play and turn it up all the way, and I'd probably be just fine.
I know.
It's too soon for that. We're not talking about the Blues right now.
there was a scene in a movie about that where. Oh no, that was Marty Fly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Side of the
sound
future.
system. Oh yeah, hit that one strum and put him across the room.
Don't play the amplifier. Yeah.
I say, Jordan, you're so close to the fairgrounds. Maybe once the fair, you can play like you know, rhythm guitar or something.
Dude, they could probably hear me from my house if I turn it up
Exactly.
all the way.
Yep.
Because you're up there on Fifth Street. You know, you're up on a high part. You know, the fairgrounds is down in that hole.
We can hear the bands pretty well. We get a great view of the fireworks.
So Jordan, I have to ask. I wasn't aware of this. Are you a musician?
Yeah, I play
What do
metal
you play?
guitar. Metal guitar.
Oh, you. Oh,
Heavy stuff.
my goodness. Do you need a trumpet?
No.
Where's Gavin?
Yeah.
Yeah, where is Gavin?
I don't know.
You're probably recovering from prom.
Yeah.
He probably had a spy mission he had to go on.
Yeah, exactly.
You got options for wheels.
Options for wheels? Nice. Both cool.
What, round ones or square ones?
The tires are red walls.
So when do you normally do the music, Matt?
What?
When do you normally do the list? Is that like at 8:30, 9 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
Try to by 8:30. So I'm finishing up some here, and then I'll get into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep you on track here because I
Yeah.
know that we tend to knock you off track.
No, you talking about it never happens.
That never happens.
Never, ever.
Who's
I'll talk to
we,
you guys all
Ken?
later. I
Who's
take
we?
care of the,
I have
the
a
wife.
mouse in my pocket.
We're ready for a baby any minute, so I'll see you guys all soon.
All right, Jordan.
Yeah, talking with you,
All right,
Jordan.
guys.
Take care.
Okay.
Good luck on your mini project,
Yeah. On your 1-to-1 scale.
on your
nature
one-to-one scale human.
The mini me.
The
That's what,
mini-
that's what his wife was working on.
Yeah.
I'll get a hand at it.
Do they know if it's gonna be a boy or girl? I think, actually, I'm not even gonna say that.
I think he said it was going to be a girl.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what he said too.
So a mini
Oh,
she.
is it? Oh boy, he's gonna be outnumbered.
Yeah.
I feel his pain.
Alright.
All right. Let's get some music so we don't turn Ken into a pumpkin before it's done.
That's okay.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's
1989 was a good year.
What?
It was a very good
Last
year.
year of the 80s.
Yep.
Yep.
Ken, what were you
Yeah,
doing in
graduated.
1989?
1989, I was working where I'm working now, but it was so much more fun back then.
Gotcha. Chris, what were you doing in 1989?
I was in the Air Force, so somewhere.
All right. Grant, what were you doing in 1989?
Damn, I'm trying to remember. I was smoking dope, maybe, because I can't remember. No. 89. Oh, yes, I was suffering
One of your
from the
lucid
tax reform of 1986. Yes,
Mm.
You were what?
man. I was suffering from the tax reform of 1986.
Oh, okay.
That was the tax reform for Reagan that Reagan kind of sort of had to sign to get what he wanted, but some bad people in Congress slipped in a thing that told the IRS who they could consider a contractor and who was considered an employee. And as soon as they finalize that, all the legal and all the corporate attorney says, here's what you do. You got to get rid of your contractors. And then what you do is you hire them as employees. And then when they're done with a job, you let them go. And I've been working as a contractor for about 2 years without having known that was going on. So, yeah, 89.
Ah,
I had a chance to listen to a lot of music.
all right. Jim, what were you doing in 1989?
For some of it, I was living in my car.
That's always good.
89 was a rough year for me. It was a year out of high school. Yeah, that was a rough year for me. So
You hadn't joined the
Also, I
Navy
don't
yet?
have to paint them.
no, that came in '91.
Okay,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
gotcha. Julian, what were you doing in 1989?
Oh, well, you know, I remember 1989. That was a great year, in my opinion. 2 years before the downfall of the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
Back in the Nam.
Yeah.
I was probably just chilling, you know. You know me.
Yeah, gotcha.
Were you even born then, Julian?
I wasn't born until '05, so
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
yeah.
5. Wow.
05, so that means
Wow,
5.
really?
You were
20
negative
years
16 years old.
You're only
Yeah.
20 years old?
You were glimmering your
I'm
dad's
not
not
even
20 yet.
Oh,
Wow.
which will be 20 this year, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you. Even though
You
it's not
can't
that.
even, you can't even drink.
You sure about that?
Good. No, believe me. I was, yeah.
See, George says he's 89. He is studying in second last year in high school. Just got my Amiga. I started my career in computer graphics.
Wow.
Oh, wow, you did
Amiga.
computer
Wow.
graphics? That's awesome.
I
Dude, he's a
understand
game
Amiga
developer.
There you go.
Whose age?
George is a dang game developer.
Is he
See,
really?
Matt, you were a negative number 2, weren't you? 89?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. All right.
So I was probably
Whoa.
jamming some Skid Row,
Wait, what?
catching the first couple seasons of Seinfeld, first couple seasons of Simpsons.
And let's see, I was a freshman in high school.
Oh, this is one of those.
Yep.
Wow.
I was a freshman in high school that year. So,
I feel old.
Matt 1 and
I was
2. How
gonna
did
say,
you
don't I
guys
feel
meet?
old?
how do what?
How did you two meet?
How do we meet?
D&D.
Yeah, he had some friends that invited him to a D&D game at my house.
John.
And
How'd you know John?
I knew John through Kyle.
Remember Kyle, I guess.
Okay. So yeah, so it was Kyle and John, and then John said, "Hey, I got a friend named Matt who wants to learn how to do D&D. Can you come too?" I was like, "Sure," and that's when it happened. And then I said, "Hey, I build model kits down in my basement. You want to do it sometime?" And you're like, "Sure, I like cars." The rest is all like history.
Is it just me or does that sound a little creepy? Hey, I built models in the basement.
Do you still do D&D?
The what?
Do you still do D&D?
Yeah.
I do.
Various role playing at this
We do.
point, but yeah.
Yeah, we do various role playing games. Right now we're doing one called Cobalt Ate My Baby.
Nice. I love that game. Yeah. Kobolds ate my baby.
Yeah. And then my brother-in-law got access to one where he wants us to play test.
Oh
So-
yeah, the spy one.
Yeah, spy
Right,
or
yeah.
the spy one that he wants us to play test because he's been trying. He tried like a bunch of times to do it at GEA and nobody bit. And he's like, I just want somebody to play test it. I was like, I'll ask my group. And he's like, they're like, sure. So we're gonna start that in July probably.
Cool.
Yeah, 'cause we're off till June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that game years back about the nuclear war and everybody was surviving in individual underground little cities and
Oh, Fallout.
Fallout.
hold on, yeah. Did you do that one?
No.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
they play it at the game group that I frequent sometimes.
Yeah, we have that one as well, the Fallout role playing game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I've been running the same D&D campaign now for, oh Lord, 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
I don't think that was supposed to be printed there.
No, probably not. All right, here we go. Here's some songs.
Yay!
Since I think Julian did his homework too, so here we go. We got "Rooms on Fire" by Stevie Nicks versus "Running Down a Dream" by Tom Petty.
Easy.
Our batting order is Ken, Chris, Grant, Jim, Julian, Mats, and George whenever he pops in
Yeah.
with his thing. So
George,
Ken.
George likes to pinch
I
it.
would Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. All right, Chris.
Tom Petty.
Okay, Grant.
What was it again?
"Rooms on Fire," Stevie Nicks. "Running Down a Dream," Tom Petty.
Oh gosh, man. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll go Stevie Nicks.
Okay.
Have to. Okay.
All right, Jim.
Oh, Running Down a Dream. It's my
Right.
favorite song by him.
Let's see. We got George. We got yours in there. Julian.
Tom Petty.
All right, Matt.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty.
I can't stand Stevie Nicks.
All right,
Hey,
"Running
kid,
Down a
she's got a
Dreams,"
great
moving
voice.
on. Let's say, George, you had an additional week to do your homework. Come on.
I actually
All right, for the
listened
people in
to
the
the
chat
Spotify
that
channel at work
are
today.
just watching, every week we do a bracket of something. This week is the top hits of mainstream rock of 1989. Just vote in the chat. All you gotta do is have a Google account, and you can vote in there. Let's see, we got "Now You're in Heaven" by Julian Lennon versus "Let the Day Begin" by The Call. Okay, Ken.
I'm going with the Call.
Going with The Call. All right, "Let the Day Begin." Chris.
Call. North Call.
Okay. Grant.
Call.
Okay. Jim.
Julian Lennon.
Julian Lennon. All right.
Love that guy.
Julian.
Julian.
Julian's going with Julian.
Echo.
Matt.
Echo.
I'm gonna do The Call.
Okay. And let's see. George gives us Viva. So moving on. 4-3. "Let the Day Begin," The Call.
Dang it, now I gotta Google.
I listened to that song and I still don't remember it.
All right, I think this one's going to be a slaughter, but we're going to throw it out anyway. "Working on It" by Chris Ree versus "Free Fallin'," Tom Petty.
Yeah, you got that one.
I'm
Ken.
going Tom Petty again. Tom
Tom
Petty.
Petty. Chris.
Tom Petty.
Okay.
Tom Petty.
Grant.
Tom Petty.
Okay. Jim.
Free balling.
Okay. Julian.
Wait.
Tom Petty.
Was it that free falling with Tom Petty, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Matt.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. Matt. And Tom. God, knew that was going to go that way. So Free
Yeah.
Fallin' is
Free falling.
Free Fallin'.
Into
All right.
Into the next category.
That's right.
We got "Stand" by REM versus "Show Don't Tell" by Rush.
Rush. We're going Rush on that one.
All
This is
right,
gonna be a
Ken.
slaughter too.
Rush.
Hey, Rush. All right. Grant.
What was the
I do
first
like
one?
his stance on though.
"Stand"
What was the
REM.
Stand in the place where you were.
Oh, no.
Please don't.
You
My ears are
freaking hate
bleeding.
that song.
Well, do Rush then, Jim. Do Rush.
Oh, I'm going to. That's anytime Rush is in the category, that's my vote.
Okay.
No. Sing it. Okay, Rush. We'll
Oh,
go Rush.
show don't tell. I can sing that.
We'll go Rush.
George, you got yours? You gonna go Rush there, Grant?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Jim, we know your vote on that then.
Yeah,
Julian.
that's without a doubt.
Viva, I absolutely hated both those songs.
Okay. Got the Viva on that one. All right, Matt.
I'm a big fan of that REM song myself.
All right.
It's not bad.
Alright.
You're a demon, man. You're a
All
demon.
right. But let's see, 4-3. Show Don't Tell. Rush is moving on.
Yeah, the guy that introduced me to Rush, we listened to it all the time, and you were not allowed to sing it unless you knew all the words. So yes, I know all the words.
Or he would punch you.
Yes. I was abused as a child.
Apparently.
All right. So we got The End of Innocence by Don Henley versus Love in an Elevator, Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, gotta go with the Boston band.
All right. Thank you, Ken.
Aerosmith.
Thank you, Chris. Grant.
Damn. You know, like, you guys pick up some of the really good ones. Henley. Go
It
ahead.
is the top Billboard hits.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Jim.
list is hard on purpose.
That is fun to write, Grant. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
We ain't
going
doing no
down with
B-sides here.
Aerosmith.
You going Aerosmith?
Yeah.
Okay, Jim. What was funny is that when Grant cracked that joke, Jim, you kind of looked up to your left-hand side, and you're literally looking like you're looking into Grant's box.
Yeah, you're pulling a Brady Bunch.
Partridge Family. Yeah, Brady Bunch.
Right, Brady Bunch. Yeah.
Hollywood
Yeah.
Squares.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Hollywood Squares. Yeah.
Because actually, in mine, I'm right under you guys.
No, I guess Jim is down that way.
When
then.
I do this, I look like I'm puppeting you.
So I guess Jim is down in that corner there, huh?
Yeah.
Jim is the center square right now. So
On everybody's
That
screen,
would be a
we're all in.
No, I got 3x3 on mine.
yeah,
3 across, 2
Yeah,
down.
mine's 3x3. Chris is to my left, and you guys are above me.
yeah.
Oh no, I meant like everybody's in like a different
Oh,
square on
Different
everybody's
spot,
own
yeah.
screen.
Matt's like a big rectangle on my screen, and Chris is, and everyone
I
else
think I
is.
have a flight in there. I'll take one.
Square.
Of those.
I'll take the center
Okay.
square from the middle.
Yeah.
I'm on my knife and fork beer kick.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Started getting these in Missouri.
Yeah, when you got there today, I was like, oh, I get some
Yeah,
of them.
those,
So.
they're pretty good.
Yeah, I had one last weekend or last week. That tasted good. All right. So let's see, Julian,
Yeah.
what you gonna do?
yeah.
Oh,
End of the Innocence or
Yeah.
Love in the Elevator?
you know, actually, I don't even remember listening to either of those for some odd reason. So,
Yeah.
leave it.
Name.
We're going with Viva. All
Hello,
right.
Mr. Tyler. Going.
Oh yeah. That would be so cool, George. He says you should try passing some glue across the squares.
That's a good idea.
Time, dude, you can do it.
Have some water.
It's
There you
like,
go.
Jim, are you still hobby roomless?
No, I have it. It just, oh, okay, I'm going to tell on myself. I was up, I was ready to go in there, and then I fell asleep in my chair.
ah,
I'm like, crap, I got to get on.
That was
And that's
me
why I was late.
earlier. Almost.
That's why I was late. I don't know what it is about this chair. I love it. At the moment my butt hits it, I'm just like,
But then if you get up and go to bed, you're wide awake.
yeah,
Yep.
100%.
It's a curse.
so Matt, you gonna do End of Innocence or Love in an Elevator?
Oh, love an elevator.
All right.
Great song.
All right. Yes.
Loving it, elevator.
So that's gonna move on. All right. We got I'll Be You by The Replacements versus Got It Made by Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young.
I'm going with Got It Made.
Got It Made. All right. All right. Chris.
Got it, mate.
Okay. Grant.
I guess I didn't listen to as much music as I thought I listened to. I'm gonna go Las Vegas on that one.
Okay. Okay. Jim.
I think for the first time ever, I am going to Viva Las Vegas as well.
All right. Julian.
What are my options again?
I'll be I'll Be You by The Replacements versus Got It Made by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Viva, I don't remember either of these again. I guess
I want to
Alright.
say I remember the Replacements, but
Matt?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to Viva. I know the Replacements, but I feel like I don't know that song by name.
Alright.
didn't the
Let's see.
Replacements do Cannonball? Isn't that their big hit? Was
I don't know. And I don't
I
remember
didn't
listening
even think Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young were active in 1989.
Yeah. And
Well, still,
yeah.
still active.
I don't remember either one
Well,
of them either,
that was the
They
era
were-
that the Dead came back into the song, and yeah, all them older '60s type hippie bands came back for a while. It was just old people trying to make money.
Yep. So it got let's see, 6 Vivas. So Vivas won.
Nice.
All
I
right,
don't
let's
normally
see.
do that. I feel bad.
So let's see, we got let's find what we have done here. We have Pretending by Eric Clapton versus Show Don't Tell by Rush.
Oh, Clapton. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Eric Clapton on that one.
Going Clapton on that one. All right. Chris?
Same for me.
Okay, Clapton. Grant?
Clapton.
All right. Jim?
Rush.
You know,
Rush. Julian?
Rush. Sorry.
All right. Matt?
I'm
Awesome.
gonna stay on Rush.
Okay.
Ooh, it's a tie.
No, Matt didn't speak his vote.
I have not spoke my vote. And let's see. The George comes in with a Clapton vote, and Clapton moves on.
Yay! Thank you, George.
So
Damn
Pretending moves
Australians.
on.
Damn it. Damn Australians.
Let's see. We got Mixed Emotions by the Stones versus Let the Day Begin, The Call.
Oof.
I'm gonna go with the Stones.
I
Going
actually
Stone.
forgot about that song. It's actually a pretty good song.
Yep. Chris?
Stone.
Stones. Grant?
Who the hell is the Call?
A band.
It's a band.
In the 80s.
Hey, from '89
Okay,
only.
now I'm looking it up.
From '89 only, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, they were
Stones.
one hit.
Stones. We'll go with Stones.
Stones. All right. Jim?
The Stones.
Stones. All right. Julian?
Viva.
Viva.
Just Viva
All
me.
right.
Sorry, guys. I'm really trying to focus right here.
Okay. Matt?
Stones.
Stones. Stones.
Stones.
Stones. All right. Mixed Emotion. So I gotta tell us. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta tell a story on me. Let's see. It was that year, I think, or maybe. Let's see. Might have been 90. I went to my dad. I was pretty naive about music back then. I went to my dad and I said, "Dad, there's this really cool band that just came out. They have this really cool live CD." It was my first time ever getting a live CD, and it was called Flashpoint. And I was so excited about listening to it. And I told my dad, "It's this really cool band called the Rolling Stones." My dad was like, "We need to talk."
Let
And then
me
I got
introduce you to
educated.
my vinyl records.
I had a very similar experience with that.
Yeah.
You remember Tower Records?
Oh yeah.
I was in there one day, and there was this group of teenage girls, and this was right after the Grateful Dead came out with "Going to Hell in a Bucket."
Okay.
And I'm just looking at some of the tapes and CDs or whatever, and these gals, these 3 ladies are like, "Oh, look, there's this new band. It's the Grateful Dead." I'm like, "Oh, honey,
Oh boy.
oh boy, that's not new."
You got, I love those YouTube videos where it's like some new person, like a voice expert or something, is listening to like '60s music, and they're like,
Or
"Whoa."
Metallica or something, and you're like,
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So
Okay.
George goes, that first time being told that a cover wasn't an original.
That's right. Oh, man.
Or actually
I
hearing
remember.
Poison on the classic rock band. Like, what?
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go.
All
When
right.
did that happen?
Yeah.
So we got the next one. We got The Doctor by the Doobie Brothers versus Crossfire by Stevie Ray Vaughan.
No
Oh,
comment.
jeez.
Oh,
This is an easy one.
Easy, Crossfire, Stevie Ray.
Yeah. Stevie Ray.
All right. So.
Okay.
Same for me. Stevie
All
Ray.
right. So Ken, Chris, and Grant got that one. All right, Jim.
Stevie Ray, baby.
All right. And Cat
Oh.
Butt.
Cat butt. You're showing your butt. You're showing your butt there, Thor.
That's all I saw.
This is Thor.
That face full of
And,
hair.
this is the other side of Thor.
Thor and his balloon knot.
Yeah. Are you done? Are you done? Turd. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Was this in your spot?
All right, Julian.
Don't you close my laptop.
Crossfire. All right. Matt.
Stevie Ray. Come on.
Ray. All right.
Stevie Ray.
Man's, man's a god.
Amen.
All right. Crossfire. Moving on. All right.
He is the
That
only
man speaks to my
white
soul.
musician to be inducted into the blues.
Oh, he's
Hall of
awesome.
Fame.
Ah. All right.
Can
We
you
got
not?
Driven Out by The Fix versus The Love in Your Eyes by Eddie Money.
Eddie
That's an easy one for me too.
I'm gonna Viva on that one.
Viva that one. All right. Okay, Chris.
Anybody?
Eddie Money. All right, Grant.
What were they again?
Driven Out by The Fix or The Love in Your Eyes by Eddie Money.
Let's go Vegas. Have to go to Vegas on that
We
one.
got Vegas on that one. All right.
Drawing a blank.
Hey, Jim.
The Fix. I love that
Fix.
band.
All right.
Hey, stop chewing on my cord, you turd.
Julian.
Neither.
Radio.
Viva. All right. Oh, Matt.
Eddie Money.
Eddie Money. All right. And all right. Let's see. Looks like Eddie Money's moving on. All right. Let's see. Then we got A Rock and a Hard Place by the Stones versus Free Fallin' by Tom Petty.
Okay. Rock and a hard place. Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna go with Tom Petty on that one.
You're going Tom Petty on that one. All right, Chris.
Same thing, Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. Grant.
Oh, okay. We'll do Petty.
All right.
We'll do Petty and do Petty.
All right, Jim.
I'm gonna go the Stones on that one. I like that song too.
Yeah, I do
Alright.
too.
That album, that whole
Julian?
album that year was awesome.
Viva.
Okay, you're going Vivo on that one. Okay.
That was before his time.
Yeah. Matt.
Tom Petty.
Tom
Everything else.
Petty. All right, Tom Petty beats out Rock and a Hard Place.
That's
Wow.
true. Yeah, you're right, Julian. Sorry about that. That's true.
This was the Tom Petty year. I just have to tell you, because the
It
next
had
one
to been.
is
There was like 3
Yeah.
songs on there.
yeah. We got
I was a huge fan.
the number 1 seed. I Won't Back Down. Tom Petty versus the number 17 seed. Running Down a Dream.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Normally
I
one you would definitely see.
Petty, because they're both.
Tom Petty.
Yeah.
I like Running Down a Dream better.
Okay. Chris.
Here.
Running down a dream.
Run Down a Dream. All right, Grant.
Tom Petty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, that is the category.
Pick one.
No, yeah,
Throw
pick
your,
it. Won't
throw
back
your
down.
fickle
Running
coin-
Down a Dream.
throw your fickle coin of fate.
Nope.
Is that an option?
Nope.
Nope. I'll throw my
Gotta
own.
pick it. Gotta
On
pick
the
it.
first one, I'll throw my own. There we go. Caught it. Hey, the first one.
All right. Won't back down. Hey, Jim.
Running Down a Dream. What an awesome music video that was.
All right. Matt. Oh, sorry, Julian.
Sorry, can you say them again?
Won't back down or Running Down a Dream.
Look, if you're gonna sit up here, you gotta situate.
Back down.
Which one?
he said won't back.
Won't back down.
Won't
I
back
actually
down.
like that Tom Petty guy. I didn't even know really who he was, but until I got that list.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, pretty
Matt,
solid.
Running down a dream.
running down
And
the
the Heartbreakers,
dream.
the Heartbreakers have a lot of good music. Listen to some of their earlier stuff like Refugee and all that. It's awesome.
I swear, Refugee sounds so familiar.
So, running down the dream, our 17th seed upsets our number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm. Well, that Running Down a Dream is an awesome song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Did I help?
He was
All
at the
right.
height of the video thing.
And I am.
And staying on that Tom Petty combination there, we got Free Fallin' versus Love in an Elevator.
Ooh, wow. Free falling in an elevator.
Ooh,
Yeah, Free Falling in an Elevator.
That's not good.
I
I'm gonna
love
go-
Free Falling in an Elevator.
Or in
I'm gonna have to
Aerosmith's
go-
case, it would be free basing in an elevator.
I'd have to go with the boys from Boston, Aerosmith.
All right, going Aerosmith. All right, Chris,
Free falling.
Free Fallin'. Grant,
What were they again? Free falling and who?
Love in an Elevator.
Free falling.
All right, Jim,
See, these are both songs that when you hear them on the radio, you crank it and just sing no matter what.
yep.
I'm gonna go Free Falling. Yeah, Tom
All
Petty.
right, Julian. Thank
I'm
you,
sorry,
Vivid
say it
Vote.
again.
What'd you get?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember. Hold on. I'm just trying. Just Viva me.
Just Viva, yeah, all
I
right.
can never get this camera to focus, man. Whatever.
All right, Matt.
I think I'm gonna do Love in an Elevator on this one.
All right.
That one's more of an earwig.
All right, let's see. 4-3. Love in an Elevator is moving on.
Yay!
All right. Then we got Pretending by Clapton versus Love in Your Eyes by Eddie Money.
I gotta go with Eric Clapton on that.
All right.
Pretending.
All right. Chris.
Eric Clapton.
Clapton. All right. Grant.
Clapton.
All right. Jim.
I'm gonna go Clapton.
All right. Julian.
Sorry, just Viva.
Okay. Matt.
Clapton.
Clapton. Let's see. Is George gonna give us? Let's see. Clapton. All right. We got
First, every time I hear
Pretending.
it.
Moving on.
Every time I hear the title of that song, I just think of the Peter Gabriel song, In Your Eyes.
Yeah.
All right. Then we got Running Down a Dream. Tom Petty versus Crossfire. Stevie Ray Vaughan.
I'm going Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Okay. Chris.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty.
Ooh.
Grant.
Sticking with Stevie Ray.
Okay. Jim.
SRB, baby, SRB.
Okay. Julian.
Oh, the Rocket Booster. What?
Crossfire.
Crossfire. All right. Matt.
Stevie Ray.
Stevie Ray. Let's see.
Black man trapped in a white man's body.
George gives a. All right. Wow.
Wow, what?
What Jim said was so offensive.
No. Wow, as in Tom Petty had 3 songs in this bracket and none of them made it to the final 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was good, but he's not Stevie Ray Vaughan good.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
He was good.
you're on another level if you're gonna be Stevie Ray Vaughan good.
All right. So here we have Crossfire versus Pretending. So we got Stevie Ray Vaughan versus Eric Clapton.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
take Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Contest for me.
All right. Ken, you said Stevie Ray.
Correct.
All right.
That's
Chris.
Matthew's worst nightmare.
Stevie Ray.
All right. Grant.
Have to go with My Generation and Clapton.
All right. Jim.
Stevie Ray.
All right.
Oh, come on.
Julian.
No, better guitar player by far.
What are my two again? Sorry.
Which one did you say?
What are my 2 options?
Crossfire, Stevie Ray Vaughan, or Pretending, Eric Clapton?
Crossfire.
Crossfire, all right. Matt?
Stevie Ray.
Hey.
Yeah.
See, we got George. Alright, Crossfire moves on. And then we got Mixed Emotions, The Stones versus Love in an Elevator, Aerosmith.
Oh, I see what's coming. I see what's coming.
It's gonna be Aerosmith versus Stevie Ray.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, Ken?
Aerosmith.
Not if I can help it. Stones.
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith. See, Ken, you going Aerosmith?
Yes.
Okay. That's Stones from Grant. Jim?
I'm gonna go to Stones on this one. I like that song.
Alright.
That was a good album.
Julian? Stones or Aerosmith?
Neither.
Viva, alright. Matt?
Aerosmith for me on that.
Aerosmith. Oh, and breaking up the tie and the potential coin of fate. George swings in with an Aerosmith, so Love in an Elevator is moving on.
Thank you, George, for no coin of fate.
Alright. So
Yeah, I
our
used to
final
see
two for
George.
1989. Crossfire, Stevie Ray Vaughan versus Love in an Elevator, Aerosmith.
I'm going with Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Alright. Chris?
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith. Grant?
Stevie Ray.
Stevie Ray. Jim?
Stevie Ray.
I should have said Clapton.
Julian?
Crossfire. Okay.
Crossfire. Let's see, George, we got you. Matt?
Stevie Ray.
Stevie Ray. And our winner, Crossfire by Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yay! And with that, I got a bail.
All right.
Just
See you
in time.
again. See you next week for episode 200.
Yay! Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it was something.
That was fun. Take care.
See ya.
That's next week, isn't it?
Yep.
This is show 199.
Yep.
That's pretty good. MozCon's the next week after whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
after
saying.
200 is MozCon.
Yeah, I'll be with you in spirit.
That's okay, Grant. We will look at all of the models for you.
Thank you. I could ask nothing less.
I expect lots of pictures.
And we will all judge the engineering of scratch-built parts.
Yes.
So.
I want you to look at all the dioramas from an engineering standpoint.
It's,
Is this forged perspective up to Grant's?
I got no standards, man. Don't even say that. Don't even get there.
You don't have any
And
level
let's
of
see.
quality?
Yeah, quality control. Yeah. I'm exercising it as we speak. Oh yeah. To clarify the record. So last week when I was working on that electronic radio, okay,
Uh-huh.
I realized it wasn't a model until I thought, no, that's a replica of a cathedral-style oldies 30s radio.
Yep.
So I was
Wow.
working on a model.
Love those old radios.
Yeah. So
My grandfather had one, and they just sound really, really good.
now this week's edition, I have to work on a motor thing for a friend for his model. So I had to work up some electronics, and that's what I'm working on tonight. So it's model related. Does that count, Matt?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So next week, 1990.
Oh,
So we got songs like Downtown Train by Rod Stewart. We got Black Velvet by Alana Miles.
Great
We
song.
got, let's see, Blue Sky Mine by Midnight Oil. We got Coming of Age by Damn Yankees.
Good song.
Double Back by ZZ Top.
Mhm.
Let's see, Holy Water by Bad Company.
Ooh.
Let's see, Brickyard Road by Johnny Van Zant. Blaze of Glory by John Bon Jovi. Concrete and Steel by ZZ Top. Let's see, Hard to Handle, the Black Crows.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
let's see,
Good
just picking
song.
another one at random. Let's see. Hurt and Kind by Robert Plant. And Bad Love, Eric Clapton, and a couple other ones. So I just want to name off the other big ones there. Oh, and Cradle of Love by Billy Idol.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Hey, Julian.
Yep.
Did you just pull the head off of that German tank driver?
Yeah.
It looked like Godzilla picking up or it looked like the T-Rex picking up the lawyer in Jurassic Park.
I can't seem to glue it in there.
I was having that trouble the other day. I was working on the magnets for the top of my DM screen. And I don't know what happened to my super glue, but it turned into, I think it's old. I didn't know super glue could get old, but it wouldn't stick.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't stick.
Yeah.
I just bought that like a month or two ago.
Oil edge seatbelts, F4, suck. It's just so much.
Make your own.
Now these are the Edard. They look really good, but it's just like I feel like I put 20 on here, and it's like, and you know everyone's gonna be looking in the cockpit, so I gotta make it right. Are they pre-painted? Yeah, they're pre-painted.
Yeah.
They look amazing, but it's just like a spaghetti.
Yeah, they're like triple layers with a bunch of different quick releases and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta fold the buckles over and
Yeah.
super glue everything, and it does look really good though.
It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. Keep telling
Yeah.
yourself that. It'll be worth it.
So close to being
This is
done.
relaxing.
Just do it and don't rush.
Enjoy the process.
That's for sure.
Jeez.
Trust in the process. Trust in the process.
Zen and the art of
The folding photo etch. Here, we'll do it for you, Chris.
I had to read some book in college, Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that guy was good.
Yeah, it was a great book.
We got my dad got my mother a Volkswagen one year, and that's the reference he was using. Did I tell you the story about him changing the tire?
Yeah,
So he was a World War II vet, right?
yeah.
So he's out there working on this VW, and he's trying to change the tire. And I walk in the garage, and I hear him cussing. He was in the Navy, and I hear him using all sorts of naval intelligence words, right? And I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" He goes, "DD Germans." He says, "Who uses lug bolts on a wheel? The Germans do." Now I understand how they lost World War II.
I've said it a million times. Who puts 18 bogey wheels on one side of a tank? The Germans.
Hey, from an engineering standpoint, that's an amazing feat.
Yeah, until you have to fix the one that's on the inside.
Oh yeah, that's the other part of the joke. From a tanker's perspective, it's a nightmare.
I was blown away when I did that Tiger one early. I'm like, how do they get to that wheel? They
Yeah.
have to take all the rest of them off. They do. They have to take them all off.
Oh shit.
What a pain
That's
in the
what they
butt.
say. That's exactly what they say.
Yeah. Well, it would be Oshaigen in German.
Yeah. Hey, Jim,
Yeah.
YouTube does speak many languages. You know that, right?
Yes.
Yes.
They even speak Australian.
What language would that be, Grant?
English.
Foster's.
But here's the thing: to be cussed out in Australian, it still sounds kind of hot. I mean, it's the accent, and
You know, and I'll tell you what's been amazing
if you
is,
call you a turd, and it's like, oh yeah, cool, thanks.
well, you know, since George has been popping up, and since the word, Australian has been popping up, my YouTube "We Think You'll Like" selections have included an awful lot of this gal called Bush Barbie. I'm starting to speak Australian every now and then. I get my accent mixed up, man. She's
Yeah.
funny.
Well, I'm Texan. I was born in Houston, so and I lived there forever. And when I moved from Houston to Missouri, where my parents were born, I used to talk like this. I used to say house and car, but I got beat up a lot because people didn't like my accent order. So I changed it. I got rid of it. But every now and again, if I'm around other people that have that twang, I immediately fall right back into it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it ain't hard.
it ain't hard.
Okay.
All right, I gotta go let the dog in. I'll be right back.
Well, you got a dog and a cat.
Oh, I got a dog and 2 cats.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm outnumbered. So there's 1, 2.
Oh, and a significant other too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Who
So
let
there's
the dog
4.
in? Jim.
Me,
Jim.
me,
Jim.
me. There's 4 females, including the dog and one of the cats, and me and Thor's butt are the only males.
Oof. Too much.
So, George says Australian used to be the most pure form of English because it was the average of all the accents from all the areas of England convicts came from.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I'll buy that. Yeah, I'll buy that.
Yeah, me too.
It's the very aristocratic English and the Cockney and all that. Yeah. It's just a mix of them all. And yes, for the record, we do have a cat named Thor and another one named Loki. So, and we have a dog named Athena. I don't know what it is. We have like a deity thing going on.
Who was it that was saying they liked the Russian aircraft cars? Was that?
Oh, that's Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan. Jordan is our.
Jordan is he's our Russian expert.
What would you think of this little beauty? That's the craziest damn little airplane I've ever seen. Danny
That looks like the old German salamander.
It's a BE-2, and Danny Gaither, the guy that passed away last August, he had a ton load of models, and they're giving them away over there at Mark Twain. And so I wound up picking up this one just because it's so weird. I mean, it's like got that huge radial on top of the wing right in front of the cockpit. That's a Russian design.
Did Mark Twain do their swap meet yet?
Oh no, that's in June. That's in June.
June 1st.
Yeah. I
I'd
will
love
have
to
a
go to
table.
that. Oh, will you?
Yes, I will have a table.
I might have to go to that.
You're selling stuff?
I'm gonna try.
Gotcha.
I'll have a bunch of free stuff though, because it's like
You got to clean out the workshop.
one man's trash is another person's treasure. So
Amen.
So it looks like a Catalina. George says it looks like a Catalina mated with a Corsair.
I was gonna say the tail end of that thing looks like a PBY.
it's trans aircraft.
Oh God! It identifies as a
They were
PBY.
already built models?
What?
They were already built models they gave away?
Yeah. Denny was a prolific model builder. Yeah, that's not trans. That is a graft between.
Yeah,
That's a graft. Yeah,
that's a love child right there.
man. between a dog and a chipmunk. I don't know.
Be a dog monk.
What a dog. Absolutely. Okay, so this then becomes. Oh. Yeah, this is this. If I can click that on. Right? Or do I not? Yeah, let me do that.
So Matt, what are you working on?
painting a bomb for the P-47.
Oh,
Yeah.
How's your free shipping?
About to go against the wall.
I gotta tell you, I'm gonna rethink, doing stuff I don't want to do. Cause like when I got that from the club, I'm like, oh, I can do this, and then I get it home, I'm like, oh my god.
Yep.
it takes. I have learned a hard truth. It takes a special person to be a ship modeler. You know, I look at the size of like Bob's that 700 scale, whatever he's doing, that destroyer, whatever. I'm like, oh, good lord.
Yeah.
We all got one 700, but yeah, I build one 350 ships because they're bigger, but I'm just like to the point where, I'm 58 years old. I am not, and I build so slowly that I am just going to pick things I want to build, not like, hey, let's do this, whatever. I just don't get the time.
Shane.
Yep.
And I was
Life
out
is
of
too
the,
short to build crappy kits.
I was out of the hobby for 25 years. I did this as a kid, and then, I had 3 kids and a job, and I tried multiple times to get back in. I never had the time.
Yeah.
Now I can see myself doing this till I croak.
Yep. I'm gonna have to get rid of all the kits in my stash.
Well, you could be in a wheelchair and do this. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
Man,
Oh, look
I
at that.
can't sell any of my kits. I sold one kit on eBay. I can't sell the other 3 I'm trying to sell, and I got these 2 pairs of metal tracks I'm trying to sell, but nobody wants to buy them.
What are the tracks for?
A Tiger One and a King Tiger.
Are they the pro model?
Right.
One's Pro model, one's an R model. They're both metal, both furnishable. The only difference is the R model ones, they come with track pins instead of wires.
this at our
What do you want for the pro model? Is that you said that's King Tiger or the Tiger one early?
Hold on, I'll show you.
And what scale are they for? I guess the pro model only makes it one
But
scale.
135th.
Yeah. I don't think they do anything smaller than that.
So, these are the Tiger One early ones,
Mhm.
and then these are the late King Tiger ones. So they got the 18 tooth drive sprocket. They're not the 2 different kinds. Ones I don't know how to describe it, but they all look the same. They're like this, and it comes with
Yeah,
the drive sprockets.
To me, the Tiger tracks, because they were on weren't they on the, they were on a bunch of different ones.
And then see, these metal tracks, they come with brass pins to
Oh,
screw them together. These ones are really nice. These ones are fun to get videos for.
I'm actually looking for the tracks for the Leopard
Metal
Pro
track?
model. Yeah, I love metal tracks. They're the best.
Except when you're doing metal tracks.
Well, I
Yeah,
just go
except for
do
when
them
you have
online.
to, drill out every hole. That's
Well,
when you have to-
anytime you work with pro model track, you plan on doing that.
Those the R model ones, you don't got to drill them out.
Really?
These Panther ones, I looked at, they were actually real quality. So I'm assuming that they were made early on because there was no flash in the holes.
Wow.
And I could just stick the wire in.
But to me, the Panther tracks and the Tiger tanks tracks look the same. They're real
They're pretty
wide.
similar.
Yeah.
Oh, the Panther is ready for Moscon.
George says, beautiful finish, Matt.
It does look good.
Shane.
There he goes. I think I'll leave ships for retirement as well.
Is that the one, Julian, that had all the photo etch on it?
Yeah. The Yak Panther 4, one you were asking about last week. Got it. I got it base coated.
Mm.
So, but I'm brush painting the camouflage. So,
Well, that tracks. They would have done it by hand in the field anyway.
So, Julian, you're gonna be most time?
yes.
Yep, you drive with me.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Right on, right on, right on.
Very excited.
What time are you guys leaving?
Probably about 6.
Hey, the clutch crack of dawn.
Somebody I work with told me to go to Hoarders, I think it is, meat shop, butcher.
Oh yeah.
They have tri-tip. I love tri-tip, so I'm gonna bring a cooler and bring some home.
Nice.
Tri-tips?
Tri-tip. It's not really a thing here in Missouri. Back in California it was, but Hoarders apparently sells really good tri-tip. It's a specific cut of meat.
Is that T-R-Y or D-R-Y?
Or TRI.
Tango.
T-R-I.
Triple.
Okay.
Tri-tip.
Is that anything like burnt ends?
Like a steak roast. It's long, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so not like,
It's called something else here in the Midwest, but apparently Hoarders calls it tri-tip.
what's it called in the Midwest?
I can't remember. I'm used to it. When I go in there and I ask, you guys have tri-tip, they'll be like, what? And,
You know, burnt ends.
is that what it's called here?
Maybe.
I don't know. I can
It's
do
called
it.
steak tips.
Tri-tip steak. No, it's not burnt ends, I don't think.
I like burnt ends. I like burnt
Me
ends.
too.
Yeah.
No, I do too. Yeah, those are fat and good.
How could you not like burnt ends? That's the question.
Well, there is
Yeah,
like,
it says here, Google says a tri-tip is a triangular cut of beef from the bottom of the sirloin. It is more popular in California than the Midwest, but can still be found in the Midwest.
okay, my Google said same thing. First sentence. It's a lean cut with good marbling, making it a proper choice for grilling and roasting.
Yeah, I grill it.
Yeah.
What?
Some folks call it Santa Maria steak or California cut. That's what. Okay. Of course, I'm using AI.
The AI overview.
Yes, sir.
I hate that.
Oh,
Terminator.
I find it really useful for getting in the ballpark on something.
I don't know Springfield. I'm not from Missouri. So is there any good places to go eat like lunch or whatever? If you guys want to grab lunch or?
Well,
Dinner.
if you judge, they feed you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're doing the gold, silver, bronze, so I'm going to judge because I want to see how this all works.
Ooh.
And I'll shadow because it's the same thing. I want to see how it can how you determine something to be a bronze versus a silver.
Well, if you're not judging, you can't shadow.
What's that?
If you're not judging, you can't shadow. They don't allow any.
Okay,
if you're not judging, they don't allow you in there. I did it. I know it took me forever and a day to do it, but I finally did it, and it was a good experience. So, Chris, I would recommend if you're going to go,
Oh yeah, I'll
be
do
a
it.
judge.
But
Be a judge.
I'll defer to
Says,
other people. But yeah, I'm gonna judge. Or I mean, I'll shadow. But if I have to judge and do it, then I'll do it. I just want to see how it works.
Right.
Because I think you learn, like, okay, well, this is what I need to do if I want to. And honestly, it's not that I, super care if I get a medal or anything. It's just like, what are they looking at? Those are the kinds of things I want to know,
Yes.
Right.
Well, and then what's really cool about it is that when you're done, or when the competition's over, you can go to the people that judged your model and go, okay, why did this not go? What did you see? All that. And if it's done properly, it's a learning experience. I learned that from Marion.
Yeah.
Marion's like, he pointed out all the flaws in my model, but he did it in such a way, it's like, this is what we're looking for.
Yeah. I haven't been at the club a long time, but one of the first or second meetings I went to, they had a night where they went over all the different, what people are looking for. And that, I don't know his last name, Jim, that's a friend of Marion's.
Yeah.
Triola?
Yeah, he really had good info on the aircraft there.
They're looking for build quality, no fingerprints, no seams,
Yeah.
no,
Straight wheels, things like that.
yeah, they don't really care about, it's the flashy stuff is easy, but if you put together a crappy tent and then
Yeah.
hang a bunch of stuff on it, it's not the same.
Yeah, no, I hear you. basic model building.
Exactly. And for some, it's really hard. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
that's the part I like.
I agree. I mean, like screen lines and things like that. You know, straight wheels, straight landing gear, wheels not touching the wheel covers, things like that.
I mean, that was the first thing that Matt too taught me is when we were doing the armor. The first thing we were doing was like, okay, is everything touching the ground the way it's supposed to? Yep. Okay. You know, you don't look at the base, you don't look at this, you don't look at that, and yeah.
That's half the battle.
Do it.
Right.
We're nearing the end.
Nearing the end. I like that.
Nearing the end.
So I got to say, I've been for the past couple of weeks, I've been working with that Micromark sander.
Uh-huh.
Wow. You got to be careful.
Oh,
Is that-
It's got a lot of it's got a lot of power to it.
As opposed to the display unit?
100%. This blows the display unit out of the water. If I'm not careful, I can stand through a model with this thing.
Perfect.
Wow.
It's almost too powerful. You know, I almost wish it had a speed adjustment because if I do it for, you know, if I'm not careful with it,
Oh
yeah, it'll do more harm than good.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at on the internet where I looked at it and I went, yeah, that'll get me into trouble faster than I can get out.
Yeah, it's got all the attachments to it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not
what
going to use
it's
all
got a
those.
special power connector that, yeah, that would be easy to fix.
No, this is that's the Proxon version.
Proxon, that's
This
it.
is the Micromark version of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a dumbed down version of it, but it's kind of the same thing. But yeah, it's got some power to it. I put on some 1000 grit. I had something over the canopy of the 17, and it ate through the Mr. Servicer 500 like nothing. And I'm like, okay, that's too much. Yeah, I wouldn't do it on any kind of like any kind of a 3D printed parts.
You mean with the
Unless they were-
sandpaper? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, unless they were solid, I wouldn't do it on a 3D printed part.
No,
It'd shake it apart. It'll break it. If you want to remove a lot of material quickly, this is great for that.
So,
Yeah.
a callus on your big toe.
You know what? That's not a bad thing. I might try that. Because now that I was like, I bet that would work.
okay, and then I got that one.
Jim, why get your
but-
toe amputated? Oh, well, you see.
Oh well, you know.
So George
I
said
came
he,
around and found out.
he said he just watched the latest episode of Tested. It showed a figure of Luke climbing into an X-wing. He said it was amazing. And he has a hive mind question. He said, "You've filled and sanded a seam, and it looks perfect. Then you prime it and see a tiny, shallow seam. How do you fix that?"
Weathering, you hide it. And a decal go over it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this is a sword and display unit, so it's got to be pristine in that hangar.
It depends on where. I would say it depends on where the seam is at. If it's on, yep, I was gonna say the same thing. It's either that or sprue goo.
Yeah, I'd hit it with
In-
that,
in-
and then if that doesn't work, I'd sprue goo it.
Yep. Because with sprue goo, that seam's gone. But here's the thing. Again, it depends on where it's at. If it's on like the spine, like if it's on the ventral portion of the top portion of the plane, and there's not a whole lot of seams and whatnot there, that you're going to get rid of, or the panel lines, I would say sprue goo the crap out of it and sand it. But that's why you use a good sandable primer like Tamiya or Stynylrez or one of those. But yeah, you got to just, because they're going to see it. If you're doing a model to be judged, they're going to see that seam. you got to fix it. Because to me, it'd be like hang a big neon sign. I'm a scene. Drive me nuts.
Yeah, there's little things on my Phantom. I know they're there, and I hope, I don't care if someone sees them because I just don't feel like going back and fix them. But they're tiny. But you know where your little budges are.
Well, we're our hardest critics too, Chris. You know
Yeah.
that.
Well,
So
that's right.
you might see it, but I'll look at that thing and go, "Wow." You know,
They're just
I tend not to worry too much about that for that very reason.
Neither do I. At my age now, I don't care. I don't care. I don't
Exactly.
care. I mean, wars, I don't care. I like the subject, and if it's good enough that I'll put it on a shelf and look at it every time I go by, that makes me happy right there.
Yep. So, those that are going to MOSCON,
Yep.
I have a mission if y'all choose to accept it.
All right. What do you got?
I realize that I'm lacking something in my stash. That looks awesome, Grant. Is that a Corsair? That looks like a Corsair prop.
No, it's not. I don't know which prop this came from. It's for a P-38. I'm just trying to get my camera to kind of see if I can capture this. Get a
You
video.
never stop the blades, but yeah, it looks great.
But it'll be for a P-38.
Oh,
So yeah. Now the nice thing, there's a side benefit of having a prop like this that doesn't work, that doesn't have a home.
it's a fan.
You put it on a motor, you put it on a motor like this, and I don't know if you can hear that, but man, that's the kind of thing you want to put on your model bench when it's a little bit warm.
It's a fan.
You know how they do these kind of mashup, they're like a P-38, right? But they're like out of a tin can. They're kind of really stylized. They got a pair of blades on them.
Mhm.
You see a lot of them as like wind vane kind of things, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make one of those, just a real stylized P-38, and use two of these props for a cooling fan that keeps the bench kind
Nice.
of cool. So yeah, and that's what I was working on. I was working on the box. So yeah, I don't know if you can see this, but so it's a motor driver, right? So you got a speed control, and then because motors sometimes you have to determine which polarity it is. You got one switch setting. You got one switch setting which is one way, and then you have another switch setting which is the other way.
Yeah, because on the P-38, weren't they counter rotating?
I think so. But in a
They
professional
both
environment,
turn inward, I believe.
in a professional environment, that would not be the text to use.
No, but that's fine.
I'm like, one way or the other. I thought about that song. I went, nah, just one way, the other way. Cool. Got it done.
Cool.
Yeah.
So the mission, if you choose to accept it, for those going to MOSCON,
Yes.
I am in the market for, and I can't believe I've lacked this. I am looking for an F-15 model.
Okay.
I don't have any Eagles in my stash.
Okay.
But I want something decent. 172nd if they make it, or what's the next one? 148. I would take that.
148. Go 148.
Well, I'm a big 172nd guy. A lot of my models are the 172nd kids. I love them.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
And I'm a glutton for punishment. I know. But
Saves money, that's for damn sure.
yeah.
The Eagle's my favorite plane. I'd probably have built 2 or 3 of them.
Well, it's Matt's as well, and that's why I'm saying mine's the Tomcat and the Corsair, and I've got those in space. So
That's like 8 or 9.
yeah,
9.
yeah. Is that
Built
built or
9.
unbuilt?
You have 9.
It's 9, yeah.
I have 9 F-15s. Yes.
Is
Damn.
that built or unbuilt?
Built.
Oh,
Oh,
That doesn't
geez.
count the
that's not the ones in the stash.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
9 that aren't built.
You have 9 more that are not built.
Right. That's my
Wow.
mojo. Whenever it's like, hey, I don't know what to build, I build an F-15.
Yeah. Mine's a Corsair. Oh, I
Right.
don't know what to build. Corsair.
So I have this Rebel F-15E.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty good. It's in the box. Have you ever built that one?
Is it, let's see, is it 48 scale?
Yeah.
Yes. It's good.
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It when I look at the kit was better than my old Tamiya one I built before.
Yes.
See, now I
That was
heard
a-
the same thing.
That was a new tool when they did it, and they actually were able to, at the time, contact McDonnell Douglas and actually built it off of their schematics.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and then I had to buy an ordnance, so I picked up this
I
Hasegawa
got that one.
weapon
I got that one.
D148. I
Yep.
can load. I want to load the bottom up like nuts, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Because it only really has sidewinders and fuel tanks. So.
Right.
So I actually heard that the Tamiya version of the F4 or F15 was not a good kit.
The last one that I built, the 148 one, it was not. It's not a good. I would not pick it again. It's like a 1978 mold, right? There's like no decals for the missiles. There's nothing in the cockpit, and the front nose. From the tail to the nose is a clamshell, and up front there's a massive gap. I took the
wow.
radar dish out, which made it better, but there's one out there, Great Wall Hobby 148. It's an F-15C. It's got AIM 120s and things like that, but it's also got the St. Louis Guard whatever decal set with it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the arch on the back tail, you know.
Yeah.
The ones that were down at the airport, they're like.
Yeah. That's the Air Force Reserve or
If
whatever.
I see that kid, I'm buying it on the spot.
Yeah.
Why don't you just get the decal set?
Well, the kit's really good too. So like, I
Oh,
built that F-15C. It's got sparrows and early sidewinders. I want the AIM-9Xs and my F-15, that Tamiya one I was talking about. It's got the older exhaust. It doesn't have that has the turkey feathers molded on, where like this F-15E that I have over here and that Great Wall Hobby has the ones where they're removed and it's real complicated. You know the
Nice.
exhaust. Yeah. So I would like to get that one because it's nicer and it has those decals. But I also like to get that one Matt has at 1/32 scale.
Oh wow, that's huge. Because the F-15's a big airplane anyway.
It is, but that Matt's got the Tamiya one, which is just probably gold. But the 1/32 one.
I don't think I want it that big. Do they make? Well, again, there's a couple of reasons why I try to go with the 1/72. One, you're right, they're cheap, and two,
Nice.
when you build them, they don't take up a lot of room in my display cabinet,
Yeah.
so I can build more of them. You know, so yeah, that's the mission.
All
I
right.
want a
so,
decent one, like either Hasegawa, Rebel, not Inalari. Don't even. No.
okay, so your big decision on F-15, you got to decide you want the F-15C. So
I want the Strike Eagle.
you want the Strike Eagle. Okay, so then Strike
Yeah.
Eagle, then you got that's the E version then.
Yeah.
So okay, so I'll put that down. So 1/72 F-15E. So
I don't even know who makes them. I don't know 172. I know 148 better. And
Well, Revell and Airfix, they are really the big ones for the 1/72 market. I wouldn't mind an Airfix, to be honest with you,
I'm
as long as it's a newer tooling. You know, I would say mid 80s and current. Anything older than that, I would throw rocks at a Airfix kit at that point because they're trash. But Hasegawa, if it's, hey, there you go, and that's the Academy version.
yep, let me take a look at
Is
it.
that it? Is it an older tool?
I'll tell you in a second. 91.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's an older tool, but it checks out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here you go.
Huh. I hate these stupid autofocus.
It's already got the
Raise the
forward fuselage mated to the
Oh, I
back
like
end.
that. I like that.
Yeah.
Academy didn't do that with their F-14, and what a
Right.
horrible place to put a seam that I had to sand.
Details are alright. Burner cans are alright. Anything set inside there? Let's see.
Which one is that, Matt?
That's the this is the Academy one.
Is it a 172nd?
Yeah, 172nd. Oh, that's stupid. Oh, there they are. Okay, this is underneath.
I was gonna
Okay.
say that doesn't bode well.
You got the 132nd though, Matt.
I have
The
two
big
of them
one.
actually. I got the Revell one, which is very interesting, and then the Tamiya one.
Yeah, there's two Tamiya ones. There's a C and an E.
Yeah, I got the C.
That E. Yeah, I can take either one. That's a project. No, I would try to find every piece of aftermarket that would make a difference.
Yes, I did. It's got like
If it
50
didn't-
bucks worth of aftermarket in it, or in the box with it, that I got at Nationals.
Okay, gotcha.
It's got a
Million
pretty,
just left.
it's got a pretty awesome bomb layout or loadout too.
Cool.
Well, I've got a lot of ordnance, modern ordnance for the 172nd. I got those in a raffle last year at Gateway.
Oh, these are good. These are good though.
Well, I'll use them.
Let's see.
How are the decals?
Deckel's still a crisp, still sealed.
Ooh,
Still sealed, no yellow.
some interesting markings.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
the Street
Langley.
Eagle?
Let's see. Comes with Mark 82, Snake Eyes, comes with CBU 87s. Got some Sparrows, Sidewinders. Yeah,
Man,
it's got a nice little loadout.
Nice.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen an F-15 fully loaded.
yeah. Oh, it's got it's got cluster bombs in it too.
Love those.
okay. Okay. Are those the kind of cluster bombs you build from the inside out, and once you close it, you don't get a chance to see what's on the inside?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only way you get to see what's on the inside is if you're, on the receiving end of one.
Right. Or you check it out for your diorama. Hey Jim,
Yeah.
so here's the answer to your question. That's that right prop for the B-29
Mm-hmm.
Atom bomb drop.
Oh, yeah.
Silver plate bomb.
Enola Gay or Boxcar, yeah.
Yeah. So
And
I got a
Jim
whole-
recessed
I got-
panel lines.
Recessed, good. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
All right.
where's my bag of those things?
So that is your mission if you choose to accept it.
Why?
How about-
I got it right here.
Okay. What do you want for it?
I don't know. Let's see. It says 15 bucks on it. So I probably paid 15 bucks for it.
I'll give
Exactly
you
what?
15 bucks for it.
Okay.
Sold.
All right. Sold. Put your name on it.
See? Look at that. Easy peasy Japanese.
You're
Right.
selling out. You're selling out your stash.
That's a pretty damn good deal, actually.
Yeah. I'm just
Well-
surprised Matt's selling out of his stash.
I'm actually really shocked about how many people don't like Academy. They think Academy, to them, that's it's comparison to my distaste of Idle Art. And
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I think there was a
Every-
time when Academy was not great, and now they're much better.
I agree. I built some older Academy models that were
It's
But,
really
you know.
soft plastic, and it was just like,
yeah. Now every single Idolari kit I've ever built was trash.
yeah, they're pretty much shit.
Every single one.
Sorry, we're on YouTube, but
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I have the
I mean-
Chinook 148.
I was gonna say, ask Matt about the Chinook. That one,
I want to make it. It's garbage, man.
yeah.
We're still recording, right, Matt?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
still recording. Where's my check mark at? Come on, where's my check mark? So, Matt from MOSCON, I still have on my list from Nationals the big Trans Am, less than $50. Okay.
Surprised me.
No, it's a pipe dream.
Oh,
Is Matt 2 going to Boston?
No, he's out of town.
Gotcha.
yep. I won't be there either. I'll be in Branson. I won't be that far away, but
Is Marion or anybody from the club going?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
they always go.
They always go.
Gotcha.
Marion actually sets up a table there, doesn't he? Or he did last year.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, I actually bought some. So the what is it? The AK Rust Effects from him.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. That stuff is awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking for some odd stuff. I'd love to have a 148A3 Sky Warrior.
Wow, that is an odd subject.
Yeah, my dad.
Great plane though.
Yeah. S3 Viking. I'd like to get a 148.
I have one of those. Yeah.
I have one of
Yeah,
those
I
too.
think- I think Academy's the only one that makes it. I think.
Somebody's into naval aircraft, Chris. I didn't know.
I grew up on Navy bases, man.
Nice.
Navy aviation.
I'd like to find a P3 Orion.
Yeah, I don't think they make a 148 though. I looked. They make 172.
I'd build that.
I'd like to build a Neptune. I've got the
Yeah.
Osagawa A7D and F8E in my stash. Bought those at Christmas.
Oh, the Corsair too. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Okay,
There's the
so
Viking.
PC. All right. That's I
Great
want
airplane.
that. Is that 148?
148.
Yeah.
AMT Earl.
I think it's a
Is it hard to
great plane
find?
too.
Let's see. I think I got that at. Yeah, I got this at MOSCON too a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Damn, how much did you pay for that?
No idea.
Well-
But still in the shrink wrap.
Yeah, I see that. I'm looking it up right now.
I mean, I don't know how good the kid is being an AMT Hurdle, but
Right.
it's upside down.
It may be one of those where when I put it together, it'd be like it resembles an A3 or S3
But it could be
Viking.
made by somebody else too. I don't know.
That's good. I like
It's the 6 foot squint scale of the Viking.
Who else makes a 148 though?
Not, I bet Revell probably makes one.
I'm googling right now. Ilari does. No, thank you.
Of course they do.
Well, I think that's the one that everybody buys.
And that's the one, and that's the other thing that I hate about that is that Italiari makes a lot of subjects that a lot of people don't have that I want to build.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like apparently Trumpeter in 2025 is coming out with a 148 S3B Viking.
No.
Really?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That would
I
probably
like
be better than
Trumpeter.
LR.
Oh,
Chris, what was this?
100%.
What was the Sky Raider you're looking for?
A3 Sky Warrior.
Oh,
I think-
Sky Warrior.
It's Trumpeter, I think, that makes
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Have you ever built a trumpeter kit before, Chris?
Ships only.
Oh, the trumpeter airplanes are completely not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not bad. A lot of detail.
Their ships are fine. I've built like 3 or 4 of them.
There you go.
And that's one subject where they pretty much rule. Like,
That's the Hasagawa. Yeah,
That's
Hasagawa
Hasegawa.
has those in spades.
oh, hold on. What do you got?
That's an A3B
B Sky Warrior.
by Hasagawa.
Hasagawa,
Okay.
172nd.
Okay, 172nd. I'm
Yeah.
looking for one.
But it's a big kit because it's a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
plane.
yeah.
So,
It is a big boy.
yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
fills his box. At 172nd.
It might be one I'd consider at 172nd because it's a 148 is going to take up some serious shelf space.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's like I love the F-14 in 172nd because it looks like a 148. It's big. You know, I can. It's funny because I built that Italeri Spitfire in 1/72nd, and it's like this big, right? I mean, it's stupid tiny. And then I built the same 1/72nd Corsair, and it's much bigger. And I'm like, did I get the right scale here? But you know, I've compared the real one they had out at Spirit Air Show. They just happen to have a Spitfire sitting next to the Corsair, and it is, you can tell the difference. The Spitfire is a little bitty airplane.
I'd like to see if they have a Ming F-18, MEG.
Oh,
They have a couple.
MENG, they have a few, yeah.
Yeah, they got a Super Hornet, and they're really good kits from all the reviews I've seen.
Oh,
But they're like $80, $90. If someone's got one on sale for $50, $60, I'll pick it up.
Yeah, Will Patterson just finished his Ming F-18 build on it. It looks pretty good.
You know, make a really good diorama sitting at the bottom of the ocean. Harry S. Truman decal on the side.
Yep.
Jeez.
George
Salvage
says-
operation. Put a hook on it with a little rope.
Yeah. George says you pay for Italeri kits with pain.
Yes.
I'm not building it like that.
You know what? When I die and I go to hell, Satan's gonna sit me down at a table and go, "Okay, you have to build all these kits, and they're all gonna be at Italeri."
Yeah. George said the
That's
last
my-
kit he bought was the Ming F4E as well, just so you know. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's after 10.
Oh,
I'm smoking
yeah.
pumpkin over here, too. So,
It's getting pumpkin-y here.
yeah.
Holy
Take
cow.
care. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
ya.
Remember, next week, episode 200. Let's see how many people we get on here.
Yep.
Tell your
I'm
friends,
down for
neighbors,
200.
countrymen.
Lend me your ears and the rest of your body.
Yep. All right, YouTube. We'll catch you next week for episode 200. As
See you later,
always,
George.
I'm Matt.
I'm Matt.
And you've been joined by the hive mind of the Molly Matt's crew. And we will see you next week. Model on.